Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to focus in on a virtue. And it's the virtue that I think is at the core of education. It's the virtue that education, above all, needs to bring out. Now, just looking at yonder picture and yon wee pussycat, yon wee pussycat is displaying this virtue. So can I have an educated guess as to what that virtue is? Courage! Well done. Somebody just displaying that just there. Courage. And what I found actually very heartening was not only the fact that nobody else chose to speak on it, thank you, because I'm right at the very end, but a lot of people touched upon it. Because let's face it, a lot of us have got a memory about that great teacher, and very often the reason that great teacher is a great teacher is because they took you from the point where you couldn't to where you could. And they brought out in you that sterling quality. Fortunately, I also got taught how to improvise because technology being what it is, this was a picture of Superman. Because what I'd like to, so just picture me with my pants on the outside. Okay, there we go, that's Superman, there we are. Okay, because what I want to just think about here is, what is bravery? What is courage? Is Superman brave? He's got laser vision. He's got enormous pectorals. He's got an ability to get changed in about a second, no matter where, and somehow people don't keep on finding these glasses in a neatly folded suit. I mean, he's brilliant. But is he brave? No. He's a superhuman alien that can run at the speed of a train. You know, there's nothing short of a nuclear weapon that could knock him out, and even then he just flies up into the sky, spins around the world, and sends us all back in time. So no, Superman isn't brave. But let's face it, let's think about what modern society emphasizes, and very often it's just those sorts of qualities. Somebody's big, somebody's strong, somebody's powerful, but does that make them brave? No. But this man, Christopher Reeve, is he brave? Because, obviously, as people are probably aware, about 15 years ago, he got thrown from a horse and he snapped his skull, so it was totally unattached from his spine, and they fought very hard to keep him alive, to the point that they actually had to bolt his head onto his body. And he was told, quite frankly, there's not a lot of chance here, because even though we've stabilized you, your condition is terrible. And he talks about that night being in the pit of despair. And yet, he picked himself up and he said, no, I am going to use this as an opportunity. He displayed courage. He took his position and he became an advocate for paraplegics around the world. He sponsored medical research that at that time was considered absolutely unthinkable in the United States. And he has pushed forward what is being done for people who have suffered from the sort of debilitating injuries that he has, hugely. And it's here I also want to talk about a quality that is very, very close to being courageous, and that's humor. Because he said the turning point for him that night, when he was lying there thinking, you know what, I should just pull the plug, was one of his friends coming in, dressed as a doctor, saying, hey, it's time for your prostate exam. And he could suddenly laugh about his position. And I do think, actually, you know, one of the things about courage is sometimes it's do one brave thing and then run like hell. Because it makes that fearful thing just a little bit easier to deal with. I always like to leave you with why I'm here to do this talk. Courage is not simply one of the virtues, but the form of every virtue at its testing point. And I want to tell you, I want you to just to visualize now these scenes. Across the room, you look into the eyes of that person that you think could be the entrance to that secret garden you heard of as a child. Love. You see somebody fall in front of a car, they're your friend, loyalty says, I've got to run out, I've got to save them. Loyalty. You're sat there trying to achieve what you want to achieve the next day by starting your own company. Vision. What unites whether or not you act upon these things? Courage. Thank you.